Hello everyone and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. In the last episode, there was a heist, and the sacred urn from Crane Village was stolen. And even though we're a lawyer, it's on us to get it back. So we talked to Gumshoe. I think I'm just gonna real quick run down these things. Here, take a look at my attorney's badge. Are you still showing that cheap little thing off? A real man keeps his mouth shut and carries a suave police badge, pal. What happens if I present this? What about this? Sorry, pal. I didn't get much sleep last night and my brain's not really working right. Somehow I don't think sleep really would fix the problem. Hey, keep it down. He might have really good hearing for all you know, and might get mad if he heard. I can hear everything you're saying, pal. To be honest, pal, there's something that bugs me. What's that? All the other items that were stolen by Master Mask were ones even I had heard of. They were all world-famous treasures. The Tear of Emanon or the Crown of Bangora. The Sacred Urn of Crane is famous too, right, Pearly? Of course, everyone in Crane Village knows about it. Sounds like we've gotten an unpredictable thief on our hands. Yeah, nothing. Okay. The urn? Oh, yeah, same thing we just saw. Not the calling card. Remember, don't tell anyone about that emblem, okay, pal? Does the thief ever send these to the police? No, always to the victims. Up until now, the victims have always come to us looking for help, though. That's not what happened this time, you mean? You got that right, pal. Listen up, if you guys ever get one of those calling cards, I want you to come to us right away, got me? Yeah, sure. Okay, moving on to the basement. No matter how many times we come here, this place always gives me the chills. It's probably because it's air conditioned to protect the art pieces, you know? Welcome to my private little banquet of chaos. Huh? What the heck does that mean? Oh, come on! He just looks evil. I'm starting to think he's the ace detective. And that, did he set himself up to make this one like an easy case? Like, I think he's also the villain. He just, I mean, he could just be a jerk. Okay. What kind of voice does he get? Let's see if I think he's a bad guy. I'm afraid I have very little to offer, but please make yourself at home. Who are you anyway? Shh, silence! Now I see, it's all becoming clear. What do you see? Zvari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. A lawyer and a spirit medium, neither very advanced at their trade. Am I wrong? Yikes, that's scary. How did you know that? How you say? The universal skeptic would say that is nothing but a question of why. I'm a traveler both time and space and a swimmer of dreams. What is he talking about? I can't make heads or tails of it. Without further ado, let me fulfill what should be the first duty of any gentleman. And introduce myself. The name is Atme. Look at me. Look at, I get it. Look at me. Ace Detective. Oh, hi? Don't let him intimidate you, Nick. Stand up and show him what you're made of. Or, The name's Wright. Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney. I'm Maya Fey, Ace Spirit Medium. And I'm, Pearl Fey. I'm Mystic Maya's cousin, and I'm Spirit Medium Ace Apprentice. Oh, I love it. Excellent. Well then, shall we begin our little game? Game? Why does the phrase "one short of a baker's dozen" come to mind with this guy? Alright. Ace Detective. So are you really as famous as you say? Of course, for a lawyer, you have a rather shocking lack of knowledge about the world. I had no idea anyone was left in the city that had not heard of me. Look at me. I am Master Mask's arch enemy, the Ace Detective. Look at me. Maybe not. At this moment, there are two mighty figures which loom large over this grand city. One embodies the nefarious forces of darkness, the other the angelic cherubs of light. Oh, now I'm really lost. What is he saying, Nick? I have been personally on the heels of this villain since his first crime. After learning this criminal's patterns, I thwarted his very latest loathsome larceny. I even returned the target of his tyranny, the portrait of Magina, to the crime scene. And I did all that by myself. I took it back from mask to mask, with my brawny mind and my brilliant muscles. Yeah, they mentioned it on the news in the Great People Around Town segment. They said the museum gave you an incredible jewel as a reward. Alright, I need to hear a lot more about how he got this thing back, because everything about him is suspicious. Well, compared to the treasure that I retrieved for them, it's not much. So, in the end, the only thing that makes you great is your own self-praise. Oh, tell us what you know about Master Mask, and keep it simple, please. Like about how I've devoted my life to thwarting his dastardly deeds. Last night here in the bowels of the store, we were locked in a most glorious battle. I see, huh? Hang on a sec. You were here last night, here, in Lordly Taylor. Naturally, wherever Master Mask goes, you will find at me laying his elegant traps that apparently failed. Elegant traps, more like the mask out-eleganced you and made a beautiful getaway. But this time I allowed him to escape with the illusion of victory. What? Okay. I can't tell if this guy is a bumbling idiot or very brilliant and sets up crimes that he then solves. Because of course he needs a lot, so he gets away with the first three items, and everyone's like, ah, man, we can't get him. And then the fourth time, he shows up. He's like, oh, look, I got the treasure back. So this time he has to let the treasure get away, otherwise there's like nothing to it. I wonder if I should ask him about what happened last night in more detail. Can you tell us exactly what happened here last night? But of course, after all, I always say there should be no secrets between aces. Flattery will get you nowhere, Pinocchio. First, I received the request for my services 20 days ago. And it was 10 days ago that we received Master Mask's calling card. Oh, you were hired before the calling card even arrived? Yes, you see, the person who hired me is quite rigorous and thorough. That's Adrian for you. A mere 10 days after hiring me, her worst premonitions were realized. Oh! Okay, so he looks brilliant for solving the last case, now gets hired. That's why the other treasures were like so well known. And this one was just kind of a, I'm not, like, most people clearly haven't heard of the Korean village. Okay. They're keeping me on edge just enough. But I really think it's him. The only thing that makes me think it's not him is just, it feels like they're throwing it in your face. I guess it is the first trial. I think that's kind of typical. A calling card arrived, right? Yes, so ace detective that I am, I set a trap for the thief right here in the warehouse and waited for him alone. Alone? But why? Why didn't you go to the police for help? Ridiculous. Why would I seek help from such a singularly useless group of nincompoops? You've got a lot of nerve. After all, it was you that let Damask get away. I always operate alone and concealed, out of the sight of others. Concealed? Precisely. Even the guards on duty here were unaware of my presence. To fool your enemies, first you must fool your friends. It's my own original proverb. Anyway, back to what happened last night. As I was saying, I hid here in the warehouse and waited for the thief to arrive. But I swear to you, not a solitary soul came through that entrance. Nevertheless, the sacred urn disappeared. Is that blood? There was also paint. I know, like in Danganronpa, they were, like, with the way ratings work, they had to do pink blood. So that's what's happening. But that's impossible. How could it just disappear? How, you ask? Don't be ridiculous, Sir Lawyer. Sir Ace Lawyer. If I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't be here. For someone who seriously messed up his own stakeout, he's rather full of himself. So you're saying that even though on one came through, oh, typo. Okay. So you're saying that even though no one came through those doors last night, our precious urn still somehow vanished from under your nose? That's just not possible. Okay. I'm a lawyer. I'm sorry, I can't be more helpful, but I have no interest save that of finding evidence against my arch rival. Nah, it's okay. Nick is just a bit of a piddling evidence hog. That's his defense style. A piddling evidence hog, you say? In that case, I'd simply be wasting my breath. Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks, Maya. Why couldn't you have said I was a rival and not a piddling evidence hog? Do not fear, young lady. I promise I shall retrieve your urn. Thank you, Detective Atme. I'm counting on you. The final round between Detective Look at Me and Mask to Mask is about to begin. Still, there's something funny about this guy. There's a lot funny about this guy. Yeah, but don't forget he managed to retrieve the treasure from the last heist. Yes, I even have a video that details my role in the whole affair. Oh, can I have that? Give it. I recorded it directly from the news on TV. Can I interest you in a copy? No! Phoenix, you bonehead! No thanks. Yeah, alright. Keep going. The urn. Same thing. Okay. So apparently the poster and the urn trigger a lot of the same conversations. Mask to Mask's calling card. It's got his emblem printed on it, right? Quite impressive, but I would expect nothing less from my arch rival. Wait, am I his arch rival now? I thought Mask to Mask was his arch rival. Did that change? Sir, I have questions. I'm surprised to see you in possession of such a top secret piece of information. Well, we've got an ace lawyer, an ace spirit medium, and an ace cousin apprentice here. Yes, indeed. I think I could learn to like you, my fellow ace professionals. I don't know if I really want this guy to like us. Ever. Well, Sir Lawyer. I've been told that you too are pursuing the mysterious thief. Well, I'm not sure I would say that exact. That's right. We're going to find the sacred urn no matter what we have to do. Excellent. I will trust you. I permit you to take a look around while I investigate elsewhere. If perchance you should discover something of value, return then to my office. My Office of Earthly Delights, the At-Me Detective Agency. Ha! Office of Earthly Delights? Well then, Sir Lawyer, if you'll excuse me, I have much to do. Bye, probably bad guy. Wait a minute. He's gone. I don't like the idea of doing this guy's work for him. Come on, Nick, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Let's hurry up and investigate before he changes his mind. I want to go to his office too. Take me with you, okay? I don't know that I want to do that. Okay. Computer, alright. Well, that should show us something, right? Hey, Pearly, do you know what this is? It's a computer. A computer? Oh, I've heard of those. It has such a cute name. Looks like this computer is for storing the data from the security camera. When someone comes in or out of the warehouse, the camera takes a photo of them. It's probably the chat that detective set up. Let's see if we can find last night's data on this thing. We might even find a photo of Mask to Mask. Let's see here. Man, I really stink at working these things. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? You're sweating an awful lot. I don't know how to pull up the photos. I had no idea you were so pathetic with high-tech stuff, Nick. Yeah, well, I managed to print out the camera data anyway. I guess you have to learn to crawl before you can walk, right, Nick? Yeah, sure. Anyway, it looks like the camera only went off once last night. Ooh, can I look at that? Let's see. Went off once at around 1 a.m. on the night of the crime. Okay, so that is kind of in line with what we know. It's a security camera. It's trained on the big door to the storeroom. It's set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out. A security camera? Yeah, go stand in front of the door and it'll snap a photo too, Pearly. Mystic Maya, do you think I should smile? Nah, it's for criminals, so I think you should make a really scary face. Like this? There's a ladder. Look, a ladder. That's a step ladder. Can someone, because I feel like this has come up a couple times, is there like a joke there that I'm not getting? Or is it just the fact that it's a running gag now? That every time Maya sees a step ladder, she says ladder, and Phoenix corrects her. So what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on a narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right, sorry. Why do I feel like we've had this exact same conversation before somewhere? Because we have. I don't know, I actually don't mind callbacks to like the other games. Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there? It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. I guess that's where they were keeping the sacred urn. Remember, Maya, Ms. Andrews said we're not allowed in there. Yeah, we're unauthorized person. Ooh, why is that bent? I don't know, I honestly was so focused on bad guy who seems obviously the bad guy that I'm like, oh, that's right. That pathetic looking wooden box. Ah, that's the box that had the sacred urn in it. Don't touch it, there might be clues to the thief's identity on there. I worked so hard to make that box. Huh? You made that poor excuse for a box, Maya? What's that supposed to mean? That urn has always been on its stand in the winding way of Fey Manor, so there's no box suitable for it, Mr. Nick. And I was so proud of it. Poor Maya. Maybe it'd have been better if Master Mask had taken the box too. Why didn't he take it in the box? It seems like that would have been the easier way to carry it. That's gonna be a clue. No? Interesting. Wow, this is awesome. What did Ms. Andrews say this is called again? Shido? It's literally 7-branch sword in Japanese, or so says Ms. Andrews. Whoa, it's pretty heavy. One hit 7 times the fun. Pretty catchy, huh? I bet it's like hotcakes. There's something about it that bothers me. Wow, you're really firing on all cylinders today, Pearly. This sword, wasn't Mystic Ami holding it last night? Ah. Yep. And another thing, the sword wasn't bent last night like it is now. You're right. Awesome, Pearly. I wouldn't expect any less from my little ace apprentice. The sword is bent, so that must mean last night someone used it somehow. Aha, I just thought of something. Maybe Detective Atme smashed Master Mask with it. Like this. Yow! What the heck? I'm assuming that said heck. It went by so fast. I don't think there's much swearing in Phoenix Wright. What do you think, Pearly? I think it's even more bent than it was before. Oh man, my head. My hair! The ceremonial sword held in the hand of Amife's statue wasn't bent before the crime. Yeah, so that's missing. Alright, I guess let's find out if this is blood or paint. Look what you did, Nick. You spilled paint. Okay, it is paint. I didn't do that. I wasn't here last night. I would have noticed a color this outrageous. But this paint is already dried out. Well, then you should have cleaned it up before it dried, Nick. Paint doesn't dry that fast. Besides, I told you it wasn't me. The statue was covering up that area yesterday. It looks like it's been several days since it was spilt. Hey, look at this. What is it? There's some kind of shape left in the bottom left side of the stain. Huh, you're right. I wonder what it could be. The statue of Mystic Ami is so cool. I want a gold statue of myself. We could put it in the office. Hey, it's Wright & Co. How about a gold statue of me? Mr. Nick, I'm sorry, but I noticed something strange. Huh? What is it, Pearls? The statue of Mystic Ami. Was this where it was last night? Ah. I'm pretty sure it was closer to the door. Yeah, I think you're right. Great job, Pearly. I wouldn't expect anything less from my ace cousin. So statue was moved on the night of the crime. Amife's golden statue updated in the court record. Move the night of the crime. Okay. Is that it? I don't know. I'm not going to be too upset if that guy ends up being the villain. Someone did point out, and I think they're right, that these games tend to be more about the how and not the who. I guess I just didn't quite expect to be hit over the head with a prime suspect, like right out of the gate like that. But I'm still... I think that's everything. So we'll go back. Actually, I think we'll call it an episode here. I know this one's a little bit short, but before we move on to something else, we'll just stop it here. So yeah, I think I'm not gonna be mad if that ends up being him, as long as the case is fun. Like that's the part that kind of matters the most to me. Wait, nope, I can't look at that. Okay. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.